Hello and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. I am Lord Forwind, here playing as Mighty France. We could theoretically shift to an empire if we gain 5 more prestige, so that actually might be a goal. So for right now we're playing as the Mighty French Kingdom. And we're currently involved in a war with the Ottomans, Tunis, and Morocco, although the Ottomans are busy killing the Mamelukes, and Spain is pretty much about to finish off Morocco. We did betray and take a lot of land from Scotland. England is no longer a problem. Portugal is still our vassal, and Spain is still friendly towards us. So that's currently where we sit in the world. It's probably time to start moving towards getting outside of Europe, with, of course, an exception to come back and try and finish off Scotland and England at some point. Obviously, we have to avoid coalition against us, but right now there is no coalition versus us, but it's still rather unhappy with us. However, we do have the ability to jump down here. If we, for example, fabricate claims on Mali, I could theoretically see us move into this Sahel region here, although I probably would need to request maps first. But I'd like to hit and see if we can hit 75 prestige so we can turn into an empire. But in the meantime, seems to be where we're at. And I still really do want to beat up Burgundy, and I can because Austria is in fact emperor. So I don't know what we'll do about Burgundy. Eventually they're going to collapse to Dutch revolts and stuff. So not too worried. However, Austria and others are now forming a coalition versus me. So I guess that's worth being a little bit wary of. We've got enough money that we can actually afford to build some things. But let's see how we're doing army-wise. We can do 16 more. I think it's time to put in some cannon. There we go. That ought to be a good start. And then let's throw down some... How are we doing naval-wise? I might actually throw down a couple shipyards here in southern Ireland. That'll be my ship-producing region, I think, because the rest of the land over here is much too valuable to really waste a building slot on. Let us see, what else are we up to? Military tech, we're gonna get Spanish Square soon. Once we get that, the coalition will probably slow down. Almost done innovative ideas, so might focus that over the tech. Not entirely sure though. How are we doing? We are not Popple Controller, unfortunately. And we need an event to get us some prestige. And at some point we also have to make some more provinces so we can get some more benefits. Brittany would be our next one, but that's going to be a little while. Now we're going to see a coalition form with Burgundy on the coalition side. Almost definitely, because that's what the AI likes to do. We also apparently need 674 gold to upgrade my ships, which I'll want to do at some point. And this is actually starting to become a little bit worrisome of a coalition. Who do we have as allies? We have Bohemia, Hungary, who would probably both support us in a defensive war. Question is, would Spain help us? And that's a question I can't necessarily answer. Considering how unhelpful I've been in this war versus Tunis. We'll see. I sure hope they would join us. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. So, unfortunately, I can't really do too much about that. It's pretty much going to be wait until either something happens or I can do something. Can't really do anything in Europe with this coalition staring me down. At some point I'll go kill Scotland, but I can't kill Scotland for another 14 years. Do it this way. Unfortunately, I just defended the clergy, but it's the way it goes sometimes. Portuguese separatists in, what was that, Tortuga? Interesting. They're almost done. And then they'll have a colonial nation. I just need a little bit of gold. Oh, not gold, prestige. I should probably stockpile some gold in the event of a war. I'm thinking about that now. Am I allied to Mantua? I don't think I was. No, but I guess I will. That'll make them a little less likely to attack me. I still have a whole other diplomatic relation slot I should use on somebody at some point. You know, Switzerland might not be the worst person to be allied to at this point. Just looking for potential allies around the world. Poland does not have Lithuania, so that makes me reluctant. Brandenburg, though, wouldn't be too terrible. Maybe I'll throw a relation slot over to Brandenburg for the time being. Although Prussia has now emerged over here with the Prussian monarchy. Ooh. That's a potential. Oh, they're going to be rather useful too. I think for now I'll ally them. I don't know why Prussia hasn't died yet, but in the meantime I will ally myself to Prussia. And I'll also do Mantua. There we are. I don't think I'm going to have a coalition attack me now, but you never know. Interested how Morocco is still holding out. They should be leaving very soon. Don't really know what's going on with the Ottomans. We haven't seen their troops arrive on the battlefield, so looks like it's mostly a naval fight at the moment. Although somehow Spain took provinces over there. Oops, the Swiss have apparently decided they hate me, despite wanting an alliance a minute ago. That sucks. However, with this new addition of cannon, my army should be a lot harder to beat than the AI suspects. Oh, I both really want that military fortification idea and don't. Because I need the tech. It's unfortunate. I'll have to wait on innovation. 69 prestige. Well, there's a chance that Portugal's going to get Ceuta over there, so that's something, I guess. I'd like it if Portugal took that province. It's not Tangiers, but at least it's one of their cores regained. They seem pretty content to be my vassal. A little bit rebellious, but it's mainly due to the trust I violated by, you know, forcing a vassalization. And the Ottomans have arrived on the battlefield. So I've got to be careful of that. Wait a second, did they not get a colonial nation? Do they not form colonial nations while a vassal? That would be interesting. I don't know whether I'm happy or unhappy about that so far. Maybe they can't do it while at war. Time to beat up the Ottoman military. Superior morale for the win. Really could use that discipline I'd get if I finish off the French ideas. More people join the coalition. I'm kind of interested that we didn't get any of the Reformed Christian faiths in our land. They've kind of ignored us, which is nice. That means I probably won't actually have to deal with the French wars of religion. I think... Yeah, I don't know when that actually stops, now that I think about it. We're reasonably tolerant of them. All that Scottish province, with the exception of the Shetlands, is cored. actually a lot of attrition up there one could have on those islands. Oh, move that one over there. This Spanish-Ottoman War it's really down to Spanish-Ottomans, so. Nice that they gave me a handful of provinces. There we go, Morocco is out. Morocco gave land to Spain, of course. Didn't give Portugal back its territory, which is frustrating. Yeah. Austria is fighting other members of the coalition? Yep. Austria is fighting Burgundy. Pope peaced out with Tunis. What a surprise. The Pope actually kind of likes me, which is nice to see. I really would like to hit, where is it? This one, Bless Ruler. Get to 75 prestige. I really would like to do that. I suppose if I wanted that, I really should be fighting to get the extra prestige. So. There we go. Infantry boost. We're pretty much starting to hit the point where the Ottomans slowly start to become less relevant. And we did get an event. We are now Empire ranked. Yay! Let's embrace Irish culture. Get them more productive. And we're in good shape. The Empire rank does confer, of course, slight benefits on us. There we go, and we are now done innovative, so now we get a 10% tech decrease, but more importantly, my advisor cost goes down. So I could theoretically boost my advisors up a bit. They're all rather old advisors, looking at them. What do we want? Do we want a... I guess I should go for a level 2 of both, really. Problem is, these guys are relatively old as well. 10 per month would be too much. I'll wait till they die and then see what I get. No use wasting the money on a guy who's just gonna die in a couple months. Oh. In the meantime, though, I can plow that free money, essentially free money I'm getting now, because I was spending it before, back into my empire. Probably also going to spend some of these Diplo points to develop things. At least that's a start. Chartres there, or however you say it, is becoming relatively developed. Wow. Tunis gave 2 provinces. We got 3 favors from Spain. Spain's relatively more friendly to me. France is actually looking relatively developed. Everybody's leaving the coalition, or at least a lot of people. I don't actually have to waste this. Let's move towards more papal influence. The Swiss, the Austrians, Burgundy, and guilt-free at the moment. I could theoretically attack England, which would then force Austria to defend them. Let's actually see if Austria would defend them. I'm kind of curious. Austria would in fact defend them. Because it would be counting as a coalition war. Okay. Or they'd want it to be a coalition war. Burgundy's left. Austria shouldn't be too far behind. We don't need a full force military. I know I was going to say I was going to expand outside of Europe, but finishing off England itself might be really worth it at this point. There we go. Austria is out. Austria's got rebel issues. Is that Styria? No, Tyrolean. What's going on there? Oh, they've kind of got a bit of a mishmash of faiths because they're trying to stay emperor and stay Catholic. Interesting to see. If we were to attack England, Austria would not join, but I do need to claim on their land. A couple more months at least. Let's put you back to outraged. We should be able to take all England in a war, right? Yeah. We could take them, or we could try vassalizing them, but I don't really want to risk vassalizing them because they're going to hate me. Portugal was relatively easy to vassalize without them hating me. They still don't trust me, but they don't hate me either. Apparently they are not, we're not going to see a colonial Caribbean. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't think Portugal's capital is in the Caribbean. Bizarre. Anyhow, I'll let Portugal keep colonizing. I don't know what development they're up to, but it's growing. 132? Not bad. Considering I think they were 88 when I originally vassalized them. Of course, I did give them back Lisbon, so 20. Printing press is here. Paris got a boost towards printing press. Where did it fire itself, though? It's not going to have fired in my lands. Nassau. Interesting. Or Nassau. I'm not exactly sure how one says that. Anyhow, it's boosting our... It's growing fairly well in Paris. So I'm not too terrified about that. It's going to grow slower than expected because we don't actually have any Protestants or Reformed or Anglicans in our land. I keep forgetting I have to say Anglicans now because there's a chance of it, but obviously Anglican didn't fire. Paper is now worth more. And we can in fact get a claim on England and attack them. So let's get a claim on their capital of Coventry. And so that move you to there. And can we still attack them with Austria joining? No, Austria would now, in fact, join. That's fine with me. I can beat Austria. Oops. Trying to quickly carpet siege England here. There we go. England's been dealt with. Austria is our target. Austria already wants to leave the war. Fine with that. I just demolished Austria's prestige, which is hilarious. I think it's because their capital fell to the Reformed faith. Oh. In that case, it'll make my life a lot easier. Just leave them in Paris. Now, when I wipe out England, who is going to particularly care? People who already hate me. Okay. That should remove England from it, which I'm fine with. Actually, I'm more than fine with removing England. Burgundy itself is going to be a bit of a mess to deal with. They're attacking Switzerland. Interesting. Huh. At least the Reformed Zealots are helping to some degree. Burgundy's got rebels, so that'll also be helping. Our tech is now nice and cheap. What is that? 30, 40, 41% cheaper. Of course, minus the 8, so 33% cheaper. Admin tech, I will take that. Question is, do I do colonial ideas or do I move towards admin so I can core my way through here? Not entirely sure. However, my target should be to deal with Mali somehow. I don't think they're gonna... Yeah. I should probably first of all turn off my vital interest on some of the lands Spain wants. That'll make them happier with me. And then I somehow have to find my way down there to get that map. Can I get it from Portugal? No, because they're colonizing, even though they're a subject nation. Okay. We will in fact compensate the traders here. get that full benefit. And we are in debt. Quick mothball of forts, I guess. Or I could just take the contribution from there. I should just do that. Boost monopoly charters, get 150 Diplo power. Ooh, that's starting to get a little worrisome. 100 there. I've got to keep an eye on the bourgeois, because that's a lot of influence right on the edge. Okay, England is gone. There we go. That's a load off my mind. I'm not worried about Scotland at this point. Scotland should be relatively easy to kill in 9 years. Probably don't even need to send a full military. However, I do need to boost that. Keep those guys happy. And then we're going to see about expanding into Africa. I should wait until I can upgrade that. Would actually give me a map here. I could probably buy some from Timbuktu once this war is over. Cannot, in fact, buy any from Mali. That's unfortunate. However, I can start fabricating claims, I believe, on their lands, right? Yes. I guess I'll go for Mali and this area of Africa first. And probably take a colonial idea thing next. Portugal's going to do a fine job colonizing the Caribbean. I think this is also under... It's not, it hasn't been claimed for the Caribbean. Interesting. Wouldn't mind snagging like 5 just so I get a colonial nation. Or 5 in Brazil. I can kind of hop, skip, and jump my way through here. If I do it right. Interesting, Spain is gone there. I definitely want to try and hit South Africa, modern day South Africa region, and take over this whole area if I can. It's very rich, it's very valuable. It'll make my life a lot easier if I control it. Ideally, though, I'd like to stop the Ottomans from gaining control of Egypt, but I don't know if I want to do a non-CB war to hop, skip, and jump that way. Not with the amount of people hating me that do. Although, Eastern Europe really doesn't care that much. Things to consider. Looks like it was a white piece up here with Burgundy. Ooh. Oh, that is nice. Reduced aggressive expansion impact. 48. Any chance I can become Papal Controller? 68 would be amazing. Any country's going to lose a dynasty? Only Nassau. Crimea guaranteed by Lithuania. Interesting. Gillian. Wow. Look at them. Look at them. Doing well. Doing well. I don't want to fight Lithuania. Sweden is still a union. Probably not where I'll go. I think I'll go into North Africa. That should be the best move. Anyhow, that's going to have to wait, though, until next episode. And I think that will be it for me. I think I'll go another month here just so I can start upgrading these ships. It's going to be a couple months. I'll stop here. So thank you guys all for watching. Any tips or advice you can give me, of course, as always, is appreciated. We have now killed off England. Scotland will be following in 8 years, or will be vassalized. I'm not sure. It might just be vassalized. I'll think about it. And then Spain obviously is going to be a problem with colonizing, but I can always wipe Spain out later or get an event that I think gets me a chance to take over Spain. We'll see. And we'll go into Africa next episode, because probably no one's going to care about that other than Spain and Portugal. So, thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.